welcome to Point Made. We're going to be talking about the presidential debates, the media, and the 1950s quiz show scandal. But first,
out of the 50s, where people were more polite and left comments when they were required to do so. So what I would like to see is you guys act more like a nuclear family in the 50s and actually respond to some of these videos. What we're looking for is how we're doing, what we can improve on, and also any kind of videos or subjects or topics you'd like us to cover. We're crowd pleasers. Give us a chance. Magic fingers.
And very quickly, a shout out to BB61 Sailor at Black Shoe on Parler. We're on Parler. Hopefully you join us there. We're also on Twitter. But thank you so much for your uplifting comments towards us, and we wanted to pay you back the favor by giving you a shout out to tell us to keep on trucking. All right, so we will get into the presidential debate commission and how they've handled this, and the media, which I guess needs no context. But let's get to what we do have to have context for. Let's talk about Trump quickly. They went after him over Russian collusion. They went after his son. They impeached him. And even Sam, that video for Joe Biden broke my heart.
With the flimsiest evidence, by the way, going after Trump, like already unverified information, and it turned out to be a shit show. But you know what? Let's ignore actual evidence for the Bidens and their corruption because they're the preferred candidate for the media. Redunk.
And Sam, you sound like America itself is talking. Not the American people, but the hills and valleys sound like Sam. And the wind blows right past your ear at the right angle. I believe that to be true. And I believe it should be on Wikipedia. Anyway, and what do they ask?
You're telling me that Joe Biden's going to bring this nation back to its good God-fearing roots, despite the fact he's been in politics for 47 years?
Yeah.
Longer than I've been alive?
Yes, and you know that by the questions they ask. What's his favorite ice cream?
He's like, chocolate. No, wait, vanilla. No, wait, pistachio. Wait, where are we at?
Can you raise
You're a lion, dog-faced pony soldier.
So what the hell does this have to do with the 1950 quiz show scandals? The game was rigged. That's it. If you don't need to know anything else past that, you can close it down, go look it up on Wikipedia. But that's what happened. The contestants were supplied with the answers. The game was tipped in their favor. We've seen this with Hillary Clinton and the Democratic primary debates.
And really now with the way they keep tailoring these things for the Biden campaign.
Yeah. And also giving him a teleprompter every time he's in his basement. Yeah. Could you scroll up?
I love my wife. Oh, that was a good touch. I do love my wife.
So, the difference between now and you can see this illustrated in the 1994 movie quiz show based on the subject, is there is a line in that film that goes like this, quote, "Why fix them? Why not just make the questions easier? The audience doesn't want to see the contestants, they want to see the money." And at least back then, you could see people getting paid, getting richer because they were smarter. And plus, we held our intellectuals.
Like on Jeopardy recently made a lot of money being smart.
Yeah, but no, he's not held like a celebrity.
You guys don't even know what he was talking about with this whole quiz show scandal, did you? Did you? But you know what Jeopardy is.
Yeah, so at least those people were getting paid because they were smart, or if the game wasn't rigged for them. But what the hell has Joe Biden done for these houses? Have you Googled them? Go look them up. Josh, edit them.
You could park my house in his garage if his garage wasn't probably the size of an air wing. Look, this guy's got huge houses. He probably gets lost there. Where's the bedroom? Is it? Do I need to take the elevator? Do I need to take the freaking shuttle to take me down to the other part of the house?
Well, why are the cars parked on the third floor? It's like,
you know, the airport has those escalator floors. It just helps you get down. He probably has one of those. Just stands on it. Oh God, it's dinner time. I gotta stand on this for 20 minutes to get to the table. Yeah. Hey, rich. Ridiculously rich for a man who's been a public servant basically for the last 47 years. He has been living off of the government's teat since he was 30. But you guys are fine with that, right?
And if the game wasn't rigged, I'm sure they'd ask questions about it. And that's what we get to. We're 3 debates in. Obviously, one was canceled. And the first one was the Chris Wallace dumpster fire. Obviously, there was the Steve Scully getting suspended by C-SPAN, lying over his Twitter. This debate moderator killed her Twitter account. And
they'll never know what I've tweeted and now that I've deleted it. Ha! I'm a genius.
And now there's a mute button, and the president is saying that they changed the rules.
Who cares what the mute button is?
Change the topics.
I know, but they basically changed the topics to the same topics from the first debate: COVID and global warming. I want to hear all about Dr. Fauci and COVID and Greta Thunberg and freaking global warming. That's what I want. I want weak arm, and I want freaking how dare you. That's what I want to watch.
So like the quiz show scandals, the game is rigged, top to bottom. The difference was, people didn't realize it was rigged back then. Now, for the most part, you can see it's rigged for one side. It's getting the easier questions, it's fixed, and obviously one side's getting all the money.
But that's the thing, if I paint this man as the devil, then anything I do to him is fair game. We have to rig it against him. He's mean, orange, bad, and mean, and orange.
So, the way it worked, and now we get into the quiz show thing, is a guy named Stemple. He was the non-stop winner in this, and he kept winning until the show 21 and the network NBC. Could you imagine it in a world where NBC would rig something? Decided it was time for him to lose. They found a more attractive candidate, somebody who looked better, who appealed better to the people, and that guy's name was Van Doren. And because they wouldn't supply him with the answers anymore, it was easy for him to lose. So Stemple blows the whistle on it after a while, and the whole thing comes crashing down. And I feel like this is Trump's situation. How could he not be frustrated? The game's rigged against him to lose.
Yeah.
They've chosen a new candidate to replace him.
Well, they never really wanted Trump, to be fair. They never, and the problem the media had is they never even thought that he was a threat in the first election. And by the time they realized it, he was already elected. But they're not going to make that mistake twice.
Well, it's more like Quiz Show meets the Matrix. He's like
but here's the thing.
Bug in the Matrix.
I think Trump got elected, and when Trump walked in the door after about a month, he's like, holy shit. I thought that working in like real estate and like, multi-billion-dollar businesses was corrupt. This is like ridiculous corruption. He's like, I can't in good moral conscience leave this thing the way it is. I gotta tell the world about it. What he didn't expect was, y'all don't care. Y'all just gonna vote for good old Uncle Joe, who's gotten rich off of his name. And if you think that if he gets elected this time around, if he's not going to get more and more rich while the rest of y'all get more and more poor, you're out of your minds. Joe Biden don't care about you.
The polls are up and down. It mirrors 2016. This is razor close. But the key to remember with this quiz show analogy is when this was exposed, the only people who lost was the viewers who believed they were watching something else.
Well, these laptops are going to disappear. Just you watch. Laptops? What laptops? Mr. Biden, we remember the laptops that were turned in. Don't you remember those? No, you're lying, dog-faced. There were no laptops. You're no laptops. That was Russian disinformation brought to you by the Geek Squad.
Point made. All right.